here now in Colorado. I got back into Denver yesterday. It's good to be back at home base. Everything is familiar. I know where everything is. I'll be picking up some work on Monday. I came back to Colorado and it was kind of a hasty drive to get here. I was running out of money. There are ways to make money on the road. Labor offices that you can go to and pick up work and stuff like that. And, that's kind of where I was standing. I was at the crossroads of whether or not I should go to a labor force, pick up some work, get the extra money, and keep going with it. But I have a lot of social anxiety. It's really hard for me to go and do anything like that, especially if it's out of my comfort zone. I can't find the motivation, or I tear myself down and find excuses not to. I got pretty bad depression when I was out there on the road. Kept running into situations and not having enough money and just seeing the money burning a hole in my pocket, the gas prices, everything else that I needed, and wanting to go out and experience all the, exciting places that are out there to see. I was running out of money. I was running out of money very quickly. And I saw it was at the immediate crossroads. I was sitting there and it was like, I can go pick up some work. I can get enough and keep going, but I'll have to keep doing that like every few days or every other day, and put myself out of my comfort zone every time in a new city with new places and people and stuff like that. It would shake me to my core, and I couldn't handle doing that. I couldn't put myself into the position. I got to that crossroads and I decided, I have enough that I can get back to Denver. I'm really excited to be back. I'm a little bit bummed that I couldn't stay out longer as I wanted to and go out and experience some of the other places. I wanted to keep going. For this trip itself, it was more than worth the 4,000 miles, that I traveled, and I'm just estimating it might be closer to 30 or, 3,200 or 3,500. I really don't know. I'd have to, put it together, but I stopped, registering everything that was going on, what I was spending and everything. And I actually did start spending a lot less on the road to keep pushing myself further. I'd want to do something, but, being able to do that was sacrificing the gas I put in my van or the food that I was eating. So I kept sacrificing, thinking, I want to do this, I want to do that. And, I kept going to places, and I saw a lot of amazing places. I went to Chaco Canyon, Aztec National Monument, even down a catwalk through a canyon over the top of a river, just a lot of neat places that I saw along the way, a lot of national forests and BLM lands and state trust lands. And I did a lot of camping, and a lot of my first half of my trip was, going through a lot of exciting places. I got to go to a lot of places. I had never been to New Mexico. First time. Never been to Arizona. That was my first time. Nevada, I got to see a little bit of the bottom portion of Nevada, which I quickly bailed. There was a lot of stuff I'd like to do, but everything I wanted to do was on the northwestern end of Nevada, and it was just so far out of my way that that would have been the end of my trip right there. So I ended up turning back south and going around to the Grand Canyon instead. From there, I went back over to Cameron, down to Flagstaff, down into Phoenix. I went into Phoenix. Um, Mainly, I wanted to get out of the snowy areas. Flagstaff was getting hit by snow, and going further north to get back to Colorado, if I decided to do that at that point, would have put me straight into the storms. And I was like, I got to escape. So I went south to Phoenix. Eventually I had to make that decision to turn around. And that's what I did. I stayed in Phoenix and, some BLM land out there, some OHV trailheads and stuff. And I thought to myself, well, it's now or never. So I started driving straight ahead, got myself through Arizona, up into Utah, which was some amazing drives. I got into Utah, went up to Mexican Hat, and just around there is the Valley of the Gods, and I camped out there for a night, which is some beautiful area. And it's on your way. You drive through Monument Valley, so I got to see a lot of the sites. I don't know. I think there's a park that you can go into, but I'm pretty sure it would have cost money, and it was out of my way, so I just kept driving. And at this point, for me, it was just about driving, and that's all I did. It was, an hour and a half to 2 hour drives at a time, take a quick break, and then, drive another couple hours. And so I got there and decided I'm just going to head into Colorado, and I drove to Grand Junction and went to a Walmart and stayed a night at a Walmart in Grand Junction. And the next morning, we did get a little snow that night, but the next morning it was pretty much clear. The roads were dry. What I was only going to do 2 hours turned into the 4 hour drive from Grand Junction to Denver. But overall, I mean, the experience of over the road for 3 months, exploring some of these places through New Mexico and Arizona and parts of Nevada and California, and Utah, it's just really worth the drive. I can imagine in the summertime when the weather's a lot nicer, or particularly for me, it's spring or fall. Those are my times. And I'm really excited. Being back in Colorado, I'm excited because come spring, I'm up there in those mountains hiking around, and I'll be putting out more videos of some of the places I go. I love to hike out there, and there's a lot of places that I have not seen in Colorado. Come spring, I'm excited to get up there and do it some more, and, go to the places I haven't been, because there's very little I've seen, and I've slowly picked up a lot of places I love, and I'm going to keep exploring life, and I'm going to keep up with this van life, and, live the best that I can. And if I have to take a break from it and, come back to the city and pick up some work, that's what I'll have to do. And maybe one day I'll get out there and I'll decide I don't need to come back, and I can just keep flowing. That's kind of where I was, so I decided I needed to come back and pick up the work. Anyway, I'm going to show a little bit of my journey for this video. I'm going to put together some videos and pictures of the 3 months, of some of the places and sites that I've seen, just to kind of recap of all the places I went. There was a lot of places along the way to get to the RTR. I hope you guys have enjoyed the videos, and please like and subscribe and keep following me. We'll see where it goes. I'm still, trying to find my place in the van life and experience some of the things that I've never experienced before. This is me growing, and I'm going to pick up and go, and I'm going to fall. I hope you guys are supporting me, and I hope it gets you excited to get out there and try this for yourself. This is definitely a lifestyle that's worth trying. There is a lot of problems when you do it, but it's worth it. I mean, that you're going to, even in the sticks and bricks, you're going to run across issues, and that's just life. That's life in general. So if you're living life, I mean, why not get out and live it? Don't be stagnant. Just keep going with it. And that's what I'm doing. Anyway, we'll talk later. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you on the next adventure.